All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like I'm live here for social studies. Today it's Wednesday, March 18th. Hopefully, we have all been occupying ourselves and staying home. Apologies in advance if our time gets interrupted by any kids in the background. My wife is currently still working because she works in the medical field, so her job requires her to still go to work. So I try to time our live streams so that they happen at the same time that I put my kids down for a nap. So if they wake up, we'll still work accordingly and we'll do the best that we can together. But pretty much, welcome to the live stream. Hopefully this goes out, this happens without any kind of hiccups or anything of that sort. Oh, hi, Lena. Yeah. But for any parents or kids that are on here right now, we do have something posted on Google Classroom. I posted it on Friday. Some links and a couple of videos that will kind of break down some of the main points of the work on the packets that you have. Hey, Marcellus and Kiki. So if something's not making sense in those packets, please check out the post I made on Google Classroom. Also allowed you guys to go ahead and comment and stuff. So originally, guys were like muted throughout the year because students have taken advantage of that and kind of messed it up. But now, if you got questions, post on Google Classroom. Obviously, you got the Google Hangouts thing that is still available and still working. It also goes for parents as well. If you got questions, just let us know. So the packets, they were pretty much taken from our workbooks, from the textbooks that we don't use a whole lot, but you guys have seen them before, whether you're in 6th, 7th, or 8th grade. Pretty straightforward. Just make sure you do the reading, and the questions or the worksheets that follow along after it are pretty easy, I think. If you guys just take your time, you'll be able to get through them pretty easily. So if you got questions, obviously ask now or text on the Google Hangouts, or you can leave messages here. I do have it pulled up on another tab. So just in case you guys have specific questions, let me know. But it's kind of a crazy world out there right now, isn't it? Hopefully you guys are staying home, not meeting around with parties more than 10 or so. I know I've been pretty much cooped up in my house trying to entertain the twins and Kellen. So that's been interesting. It's been fun. So kind of take turns with the TV and all that. Sometimes I got to play a game for my own sanity. Then I let them watch something so they're not killing each other. But yeah. So let's see. Grades are currently being worked on right now. So our grades, we need to have them updated and finished by tomorrow. So that way you guys can see how well you did and get your report cards hopefully soon. Since mail's a thing that's still working during all this. But I feel like I should be streaming a game for you guys because that's what most of you guys do on here, I think, is just watch other YouTubers play games. All right. So we'll give it a few more minutes, maybe see if anybody else, students or parents or anyone, is going to join. And if we want, we can look at each kind of page individually if we really want to or if we need to. For 8th grade, I know this carries on very nicely what we were about to get into, looking at the structure of our government. Because if you remember 8th grade, we just finished looking at the Articles of Confederation, and we're going to get into the different branches. We watched the Liberty's Kids episode, looked at the Constitutional Convention, and where they were all discussing and talking about the concerns and issues they may have with a new type of government. So what the Blizzard bags, what the work that you guys have, if you picked it up from the school, has is looking at like each branch. So that does a nice job. It gets, hitting exactly what we were going to. And if you're in 7th or 6th grade, I know this is not really what we were continuing on. 6th grade was looking at the Indus Valley. 7th grade just kind of got going at the Middle Ages. So this material, though, in terms of United States government, is still, I like toes. Ew, Lena, you're weird. Um, but just understanding how our government works, how it's set up, is important right now. Obviously, so with this pandemic that's going on, that's you kind of see the government in action, not just at the national government level with the president and stuff like that in Congress, but you also see the federal system that we have really working, where each state is kind of doing its own thing under the umbrella of the bigger national government. And Ohio has been doing a nice job, I think, in kind of leading the charge and making sure that this pandemic doesn't spread or doesn't get too bad, so that it, really takes a big toll on our healthcare system. I've been trying to stay informed as much as possible without going crazy and driving myself nuts, and thinking worst case scenarios. But I think if, a lot of people do what they need to do by staying home for a couple weeks, then you guys got all your games and stuff. You can still text and whatever, and TikTok, whatever the actual verbiage of that is. You guys have ways to keep yourselves occupied, keep yourselves busy, and chip away at the work little by little. You don't need to get it all done at once. I mean, you can if you want to, but then you might be bored a few days down the road or a week later. But yeah, our state government's doing a pretty good job. It's kind of crazy that this is happening right now. It's nothing like any of us have ever experienced. So we're learning just like you guys. Ooh, chocolate donuts. From where, Lena? Where are the chocolate donuts at? Or where are they from? I feel like a squirrel. Squirrel. Do I want some? Well, it depends. Have you coughed on them? Have you been washing your hands? Yeah. Does anybody have any questions about any of the work, or have you guys even looked at it? You can be honest. Corona. Ha ha ha. It's fine if you haven't checked out the work. You guys got plenty of time. I know you probably haven't, Kiki, so I'm not surprised. Starting it tomorrow. Okay. Like I said, it's very similar to other work that we have kind of examined. It's coming from those blue workbooks, that are part of the red book that I don't like a whole lot, but it does a nice job of hitting the basics. And if you guys aren't aware, you should be able to access Google Classroom. Obviously, just sign in with your Google Classroom stuff. It should still work at home. Like I said, the post I made was on Friday, so it has a bunch of links and stuff on there, so you guys can get a little extra help. The links are to like Ducksters and another website about the Constitution and our government. Videos are going to break down each of the different branches of government, and one specifically looks at checks and balances. So it does a nice job. I tried to find videos that weren't super long or super annoying. A couple of them are like maybe 3.5 minutes, but the checks and balances one is slightly longer, but it's from the Crash Course series, and they generally do a nice job kind of going over the details and the ins and outs of everything. Lena got some science work done, but Marcel says that he doesn't care, or we don't care. Ooh, I coughed. Message is held for review. Uh-oh, what are you doing, Kiki? Typing a bunch of nonsense in there. Yeah, I don't know why so many other staff have had troubles uploading and streaming and stuff like that. I know Vaughn and Miss Yingling kind of do a daily update thing, which is cool. Kind of let you guys and let the parents know what's going on. Delivery truck of some sort. Sorry, I'm actually in our rooms, and this is my little kind of a workstation. My desk is up here, so you're kind of seeing a little bit of my bedroom, which is weird. And you got a nice painting back there. My wife and I bought that when we kind of first moved into this house. You love my hair, ma'am. Thank you, sir. And then a fancy light over there that hangs over the steps. That door right over there is Kellen's room. He's currently sleeping. Um, so, yeah. 5 people. So in any of other of these live chats, have there been a lot of students or just a few students? Looks like we got Baisley. I'm guessing that's Baisley. So Raquel, have you been beating up on Cade since you guys are forced together now that you're both home from school? Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw this, but in Kansas, they did cancel school for the remainder of this for the rest of the school year. We don't know about yet. I know they said they wanted to wait after those 3 weeks and then reevaluate it. So that's maybe a possibility that we could possibly, not see each other again, which would kind of suck because, especially for 8th grade, we've known each other for 3 years, and I was looking forward to having some cool days with you guys, whether it was in school or out of school. I'm not surprised that you don't want to come back, Raquel. Well, you guys got a chance to go to some cool things, and I know, like Mr. Nelson and others have had cool things planned out. I don't want any more. You don't want any more school. It'd be nice if you could type correctly, Raquel. That way everybody knows what you're saying. So I don't want any more school. Can graduate on YouTube. Okay. As long as you give the speech for your 8th grade class, Raquel. Well, who should then? Who should give the 8th grade speech? It's that offensive that you'd rather, yeah, okay. Lennon should. Lennon should. Well, I would just hope that Lennon would actually be there. That Alex. Yeah. Kate can do it again. Yeah, it's definitely weird with all this going on. Kind of, like I said, this is unprecedented. Never experienced anything like this. I mean, there's been other kind of outbreaks. There's SARS, there's swine flu, and all the other ones that have popped up over the last, 10, 20 years ago. I think SARS was another big one, but that's kind of when I was roughly your guys' age. But I don't remember pretty much the whole country shutting down besides like hospitals and other kind of necessary services. We can do the packets in the school, Raquel. But it's something like out of a movie almost. Everybody's, talking about Contagion from 2011. That's a really good movie, but anyway, maybe not the most appropriate one to watch now, because if you do, you might freak yourself out. But it does a pretty nice job of, with the science and everything, and how these kinds of pandemics begin to kind of slowly and then just start spreading and spreading and spreading, getting bigger and bigger. It's weird to think about that this could be the end of the school year, or it could just be a nice extended spring break. I like to get back to school just for a sense of normalcy, get back into the routine. I think a lot of you guys would actually like it too, even though you say you want to be home and stuff, which is understandable, but I think parents, guardians, definitely would like you guys to go back to school. But it's interesting to see how this is going to affect the country, down the road, if we're going to go into another type of recession with a lot of people not being able to work. No, not the end of the world. But this could affect and change a lot of things. So I know within the last couple of days, um, both folks at like the national government and I think in some state governments are talking about certain families who make X amount of money, maybe $100,000 or less, if that's what they make in a year, that they should be given immediate cash, kind of just directly deposited into their bank account or given a check or something like that, just to kind of help um, make it through this time. Nobody knows what will happen. Nice video, Mr. Andrews. Oh, thank you, Mr. Nelson. Who do you love, Lena? That's weird. 18. Your house looks a lot nicer. I don't know if that's a compliment, Alex, but thank you. The floors are always crazy and filled with toys, especially our living room, because that's where we let the boys run around and play. They got a little jungle gym of bars and stuff that they like to climb and crawl on and over and under and stuff like that. There's a big cushion couch called a nugget that you can fold a bunch of different ways. They like to jump and play on that. There's Thomas toys everywhere. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'll always clean it up at the end of the night. That way they can just make a big old mess again tomorrow. Painted the painting in the back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got that at what was that store's name? Oh, Hobby Lobby, which I'm not a huge fan of, but that's for other reasons. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I think we got it when we kind of first moved into the house and painted up here. Lena already getting in trouble with the mouth. So maybe we should have made this video just for kids so we couldn't have a live chat comment section. That is not up to me to decide, Alex, whether students can still get suspended. That would be a Miss Yingling question. But I know that Lena definitely does have probably one of the worst mouths at the school. Doesn't think that we're listening or that we can hear. So I know Alex commented or asking about if you go back in time, who would you fight in like history and stuff on Google Classroom. But as a reminder, if you haven't already checked out Google Classroom or tried to access it from home, you can. If you got questions about the work or if one of those links to the websites or videos aren't working, let me know and I'll try to try to give you one that works. I know, Mr. Nelson, I am using my Chromebook. I'm able to access everything I need to on the Chromebook. So I didn't want to lug that big old computer home with me since I can do grades and everything else on here. And especially since it seems like other staff is having issues on there trying to get the live stream going. So what have you guys been doing to kind of kill the time or trying to like occupy yourselves and maybe not think about, what's going on outside? Like I said, I've been playing some games on Xbox and playing a little Zelda and stuff on my Switch. And other things. And playing with the boys a little bit. But Raquel, yeah, I've been doing the packets. Watch every single stream this channel uploads. And you got nothing better to do, Alex? Every single stream? Imagine you can find something. You can take a break from this every once in a while. Keep going outside and stuff. Hopefully not too much outside or, big groups of people. Literally. Even though they rally. Suck. Raquel always bring the chipper mood. He'll get corona. Most people who do or who will get the coronavirus, it's not something totally. It's not going to be that serious, especially for like younger individuals. So kids your age and kind of younger adults and stuff like that. But what it really affects is those with underlying health issues. So that's why it is important to stay home and do like the social distancing or the whatever the term is. That way, again, the threat of spreading this virus, really decreases because we could be kind of going through what Italy's going through right now, and that's insane. It's a lot worse than it ever was in China and Italy. So what is the class code for Terra? So for parents, emails should have been sent out. All of the parents' email addresses that we have access to on Progress Book or that were collected by Miss Yingling and Miss Housel, I think today. Hopefully invites or like an email was sent to your email. So you can have the access to the Google Classroom. I don't, give me 1 second really quick. Because then obviously with like Google Classroom, it's set up, by the teachers and for the students. I don't know a whole bunch about the parent access or what they are able to see. But I know that, like I said, emails were sent out. Miss Miller, I think, kind of started it this morning, and I was working on it a little bit before this when I had some free time away from the kids to try to get those sent to all the parents, and guardians that have email addresses through Progress Book or, that were collected by Miss Yingling. So if you don't have it, I can post the code or what I think is the code. I'll leave it here in the chat. And this is what we would have the students for Terra put in. So I just put it into the chat. It looks like it's IV2 LTUP. Sorry. Bye, Lena. Yeah, like I said, the top post on Google Classroom, I made it on Friday last week, Friday 13th, so that's the date you'll see. Just a quick message and some links about or for a website that I think could help with the packets. And, like if you have a sibling that is also at the school, you definitely work on it together, split the responsibility, make it a little bit easier on yourselves. But those links should hopefully help, and they're ones that we've used before, especially the Ducksters one. So Dimitri and Katana should kind of know how to navigate that website, and all the links should be, or all the buttons and stuff on the link should be interactive so you can get what you need to. Okay, that code works. All right, cool. It's Dimitri. Well, Dimitri, are you signed in on into your Google account, into your Google School account? And if you I'm guessing this is probably Hunter. Only if your screen allows physical transmissions. If somebody sneezes, Alex, and then the droplets come through the screen or come through the speakers and get into any open orifices on your body, then yes. So Dimitri, try signing, on a new tab or something. Just search, Google Classroom. Kind of doing this as well just to make sure it works. Just search Google Classroom. And then try to sign in with your Google account that you would for school. So Dimitri.brown, then 26, I think, at sa-students.org, and whatever your email is. Then hopefully everything kind of loads and you should see all your classes there. Or, if you guys have phones or your parents have phones, they could download the app too. That's, what I'm trying to do as much as possible. Check the app to see if anybody leaves comments. Because I know Alex did in Fireball's class. So if you got questions about the work or about the packets or something's not making sense, go ahead and ask. And I hope those links do help. If, again, you just can't, how long are we going to be live? An hour till about 2 o'clock. So another half hour or so. If you can't get what you need to from reading the packets, please refer to the links and the videos that can help out a little bit. A lot of the stuff is pretty straightforward. Again, it's not meant to be tricky or to be difficult or anything like that. Sorry if that clicking is loud. That's my mouse. Well, yeah, it's going to give the vocab, little pictures of each of the vocab terms, that short couple, 3, maybe 4 paragraphs, vocab in context. It's going to do the check your understanding questions. I mean, I wouldn't say answering those questions, it's not something you really need to do. Where the work is, that's going to be, graded and checked out, are kind of those handouts. Like if I'm looking at this right now, it's like page 209, page 210, 211, 212, things like that. And I know some of the questions, if you've looked at it or when you look at it, it's going to ask you to work with a class or work with the class or work with a friend in the class. No problem, Dimitri. If it's asking you to work with a partner in class, obviously try to skip or work as much of it through as you can, because obviously you can't work with a class partner, or you can't wait for the classroom. What is email for Google Hangouts? Let's see. It is a link. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. And I'll type it in here. It's to the chat for you, Dimitri. Sorry, we got a long conversation going. Okay, so let me type this in, Dimitri. Yes, you can what, Raquel? /group/y. Sorry, I'm trying to get all the upper and lowercase stuff correct here. HBER. All right, just posted that, Dimitri. So hopefully that link works. I know I've seen like Alex in there, seen Devin, and maybe a couple others in there. Again, if you should be able to get it on phone or computer, tablet, whatever you prefer to use. Since it's all kind of connected through Google, I can get it here on like my Chromebook and stuff like that. Also, I check it regularly on my phone. But again, I'm a little preoccupied at times so that's why that's why I haven't been very active, I guess, on the Google Hangouts and chats and stuff like that, or uploading kind of other videos, just because I'm a little busy with the kids I have here. So Raquel, I see there, is that one of your Instagrammers or YouTubers there, Kiki? No, you're welcome, Dimitri. If it doesn't work, let me know. Maybe I entered something wrong, but that's the one that was shared with us. So hopefully I typed it all right. These thumbnails of pictures are so tiny I can't even see them. Is that a legit question you have, Alex, or is that an Alex question? The sarcasm is so hard to get through just text. But I don't know. Google and Amazon have a funky relationship, so not the services don't always work together or very nicely. I know that much. If you have a Google Home Mini or Google or a Nest Home, whatever they're called now, definitely, yeah, I would imagine that they can work. But okay, it looks like you can. So yeah, we use Alexa or Dots here at our house, and we have a show in our bedroom for like a little alarm clock. Alexa, stop. And I just set it off because it said the word too loud. But we probably were going to be or start using Google Home Minis or the Nest Minis initially because we both use Androids and stuff like that. But my wife got a good deal. Got to get a free dot or a $1 dot if you try the Amazon Music thing for 30 days. And there's been other sales and deals and stuff where we just kind of pick them up. Oh my God, Chip. You're so distracting. And again, it'd be nice if you can type correctly. Did everyone leave, is what you said. It worked for me or MW. Just slow down and start texting. But yeah, we're an hour through this, guys. And it's only about 30 minutes to go. So if you do have questions about the work, either leave questions here on the live chat. Do the Hangouts thing, or if you really want, there's Google Classroom, or you can have your parents, guardians, whoever you live with, email me. Try to get back to you quickly on email. But yeah, I'm curious to know what you guys have been doing. A couple of you guys said some packets. I saw that, and I'm debating whether I need to buy this now or not, but the newest Star Wars game, the Jedi Fallen Order, is on sale, and I might have to pick it up. So, what have you guys been doing? Other than maybe packets, something else. Elena said she was going outside, playing some Minecraft. Okay, I've been playing a little Breath of the Wild, kind of picking that up again just for kind of roaming around and wandering around. Yes. Cal just says yes. Listen to music, nice. Yeah, I've been see Dimitri's on there. See Youngling is on there. Okay. I have not played Minecraft, no. I missed that boat when that kind of first started, back in 2010. So yeah, that's never been something I've got into, but I can appreciate it for what it is. Just not really my thing. Hey, Lennon. You play it'd be nice if I could talk. You play Minecraft on the stream. I know. For the stream, I was thinking I need some fancy intro music or some graphic, or, like all these famous YouTubers and whatnot. Go, hey, it's your boy. What all that stuff that you guys apparently just love and eat up for your YouTubers and Twitch streamers and stuff like that. I don't know. Does anybody actually watch stuff on Mixer since some of the big gamers went on there? Oh, Heim is fun. Is there a phone number I can use instead? That's an appropriate question, Raquel. Nice. In terms of an actual phone number, I don't know, Dimitri. Because I know Hangouts necessarily isn't geared just directly to Mixer's Microsoft's version of Twitch, pretty much, or their live streaming service. It's where Ninja went. But yeah, Dimitri, I don't know. I saw that you were in the Twitch one, or sorry, now I'm saying Twitch in the Google Hangouts messages. Oh, there you go. Looks like Miss Vaughn and Miss Engling might be able to take care of you. And Raquel's just typing nonsense. A mixer can be what you kind of mix stuff with, yeah, especially if you're making dough or any kind of something like that. No, but just another service like Twitch is pretty much what it is. So it's like built natively into like a lot of the Xbox consoles and stuff. So if you're a really big and fancy streamer, you can kind of do that all in one. Make a Discord server. Yeah, I've said like Discord would be like a nice chat app for just the staff to use. Change your profile pic. What should the summit one be? And Raquel, what are you typing? I mean, it has been nice that I haven't had any kind of stuff being drawn onto my arms or on my papers or anything on my desk or any water being messed with or spilled on me over the last few days. That's nice. That's nice. So that I put Raquel in timeout. 300 seconds. Oh wow. Yeah, no, what's going on, Dimitri? What are you on a phone or computer right now, bud? Hmm. And you're the link, is that the one you need for the Hangouts, or is that the one you need for Google Classroom? I'm not surprised that they have a emoji with a face mask on it. Hang on, so I'm not able to do the classroom. I wonder why that is. I wonder if there's like a limit on to how many Google accounts you can use or sign into or be signed into or something like that. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about it. Obviously, it's kind of hard to help you when we can't see what you're looking at. Well, there you go. You can call the school if something's not working entirely. Sorry that I can be more help, Dimitri. Now there's gotta be a way somehow. I probably need to get some installed family link. Oh, okay. Not a horrible idea. Okay. And I probably can't really do it on my Chromebook. I don't know if they would have software, if there's an app that you could use, but for you guys to be able to see what I am seeing on my screen, if I could show you guys that, maybe that's something I can try to work on down the road. If I need to like point out specific stuff, kind of like a mini screen recorder kind of thing. But has anybody ventured out with their parents or guardians or whomever to any of the grocery stores and kind of survived. I know Kieran's gone out a couple times, kind of on her way home from work to pick up a few things. She said it's been busy, but people have actually been like polite, not like some of the horror stories that you see around the country where people are going insane with the toilet paper for whatever reason, even though that's not a symptom of the coronavirus, is like massive diarrhea or anything like that. So yeah, people are definitely strange and freak out in times like this. Number 3 on the origin structure of our government in section C. Very specific, Miss Katana. Target drive up is great. Okay. I'm sorry to see that you're dead right now there, Dimitri. Okay, so where can I find the answer number 3 on the origin structure of our government, section C? Let me bring that up really quick for you, Katana, or so I can see what one you're referring to. Number 3. Okay. Some foundations of our government. So read page 216. So America's founding fathers had to create a new blank. After declaring independence from blank, they shared many ideas with blank, thinkers of the time. All right, so what word comes before thinkers? So if we go back into, let's see. Okay. So I know this is really fascinating stuff, or a good live stream watching me trying to read through stuff. So apologies in that. So it's looking at, and it can be found in that section, the foundations of our government. It has 2 paragraphs on page 216, and it's in the second paragraph, and it's referring to this time period that kind of happens in Europe. That really influences a lot of these famous founding fathers, people like Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, Ben Franklin, where they kind of get their ideas from. So if you look in that in the second paragraph, Katana, the second paragraph of the foundations of government section on page 216, and you're looking for what type of thinkers. Says many American leaders had read the works of Enlightenment thinkers. They agreed that everyone was born with certain rights that could not be taken away by government. A Declaration of Independence states this idea. America's founders agreed that citizens would have basic rights and all people would have to follow the law. So, in a general sense, yes, that's what the Enlightenment is, but there's a lot of interesting and very diverse ideas, because there's people like some guy named Thomas Hobbes who doesn't believe that whatsoever. He just believes that people are born wicked and that they need to be controlled and ruled by a king. You got other people like Jean-Jacques Rousseau, who is mentioned and kind of called out there in your reading as being one of the influential people to the founding fathers. But not everybody in the Enlightenment kind of had the same idea. Again, that's this book kind of just does a very surface level thing, but we're looking at this time period in Europe called the Enlightenment. So Enlightenment thinkers, and to be enlightened means that you're kind of born, or you're brought in with fresh ideas. No problem. Enlightenment's a really fascinating time period. Unfortunately, it's a high school thing that I would like to get into with 8th grade, but it's high school. Raquel, stop being a turd. Stuff keeps being deleted. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, everything should be kind of right there for you in the reading. That's okay. So I saw some people were talking about, so target drive up, where can I find them? Put down a family member. Yeah, I think the big thing with you see these people like hoarding all these supplies and stuff like that. What Well, all the health experts are saying it's like have stuff for 2 weeks. You don't need a gazillion rolls of toilet paper. It's not. They're not going to go out of stock or anything like that. The toilet paper companies are doing. They just need to resupply the shelves. We can talk while he's talking, just like in class. Your class is mostly asleep when we have you guys, so I don't know what you're talking about there, Kiki. Um, so you guys, oh boy. Well, I think one of the twins is starting to wake up after their kind of short nap. Not us. Well, it depends on how many of us, how many of you guys there actually are, whether you talk or not. I don't mind talking in class as long as work is being done or getting done, and it's not a distraction to the rest of the class. Tell them hi. Hi. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else have questions about the work? And again, for ones that ask you to like work with a partner and stuff, or share with the class, hold a mini debate, those type of questions. Obviously, you guys can't really do that. Just answer them the best that you can, and just obviously do work to the best of your abilities. We understand that this is a very interesting and kind of difficult time for everybody, so we're going to be understanding when some things can't be answered correctly. I know, like the extension activity, after it's on page 211, it's asking whether or not you could pass the civics part of the naturalization test, the test that people have to take if they want to become a citizen of the United States. This is practice with a partner. You can't practice, but you can still kind of work on this without a partner. You just answer the questions. Partner one, so what does the Constitution do? Well, go through the reading or use the links and the resources there to help you. An amendment, things like that. These are all questions that you can answer by yourself. You don't necessarily need a partner. Just do what you can. Like I said, there's the links that are posted on Google Classroom for you, and videos also that will do a nice job to kind of break down the information if you need it. Birthday's in 5 months. Yes, August. So now it's just Lennon and Raquel. You check the crazy boys on their cameras. Sorry if there's a big glare of light. I'm sitting right in front of a window, my little cubby of where the desk is. It's on a window. Looks like Ezra's up, maybe. He's moving around. Well, I put them down right around 12:30, so they got an okay nap. And Quinny might be stirring. And I think Kellen is probably still knocked out. Ooh, live stream my baby cam, yes. You're very pale. I know, Raquel. Oh, jeez. I know I'm pale. Kellen is knocked out. Yeah, I'm probably not going to live stream the baby cam. Oh, even without the glare, I'm pale. But yeah, we got about 10 minutes left here, so for those that have been here for most of the time, I appreciate you guys. So I'm not just talking to myself or talking to nobody, keeping yourselves and myself entertained, which is nice. Nice art on the wall. Thank you. Like, I don't know if you heard Lennon, but yeah, we got that at Hobby Lobby when we kind of first moved into the house and painted this room. Yeah, Raquel painted it apparently, so thank her. I do like the beams and stuff that we have up, and you can kind of see them. We're kind of going for like a rustic look up here, but yeah, I will be I'm not wrapping it up just yet, but I'll be back at the same time tomorrow from 1 to 2. on Thursdays and Friday, and hopefully we can have these without any kind of interruption from my kids. I'm fused on the question and answer part on the same paper. Maybe that's what I was just going over. Okay, never mind. The little table. Okay, the for part D. Is that what you're talking about, Katana? Okay, so let me give it a quick look. So talking about the United States Constitution. So on to page 2216, then ask and answer questions to check your understanding. So obviously they give you one as an example to kind of go over. So if it's asking you for 3 more. Okay, so let's go back to page 216. Okay, so I know the numbering is very weird. So just do what you can maybe to like meet the requirements of this, even if you don't have like legit questions about the Constitution or about how the government was formed. If it's all making sense to you for the most part, do what we can to meet the requirement, I guess. So the one that they give is, what does the Constitution explain? Okay, so that one is done for you. Then you can provide a short few word or keyword answer there. The Constitution explains, the rules or the laws of the country. For short answer there. Another question you can think about, like what are separation of powers, or where did the ideas of government come from? So things like that kind of just review or kind of hit the main ideas of this section or of the reading. So again, if it all kind of makes sense to you initially and you don't have questions, just see if you can pull out some of the big ideas, or it could be something like, what does the legislative branch do? What does the executive branch do? Those are 3 easy ones you can come up with. What's the role of each branch? If you need something like that, or what's an amendment? Just asking about the vocab terms, something like that. Oh my God, Mr. Andrews, the singer from Sleeping with Science, name is Kellen. Yeah, I think I remember. It's when we picked his name, we wanted something that was kind of different, but not like totally weird. Only other Kellen I really knew or heard of was a person that runs like a Android fan site, pretty much, and that shows my nerdiness. Where I tried to stay up to date. But yeah, what was this, like Kellen Moore or something? I know I've seen him like guest sing in other bands and stuff like that. And you're welcome, Katana. I hope that helped a little bit. But yeah, if, like I said, if something is making sense and you don't have questions, just do what you can to meet the requirements or to answer the question. Just pull from vocab. That might be some of the easiest stuff to do. And also, speaking of vocab, I almost forgot to talk about this at the top of the stream. If you need a little extra help in terms of the vocab, or the links and the videos aren't working, I did make a vocab set that was posted to Quizlet. So if you're able to sign into Quizlet, I don't know whether you would be or not, but it's worth a shot. Again, you can get it on your phone too. So I have all the apps that we use, like Newsela, Quizlet, Classroom, Quizzes, and stuff like that on my phone as well. But if you want to practice the vocab, or if you need more visuals or something, there is a vocab set that was assigned to each classroom, not just 8th grade, but Lunar, you should have it, Venus, Cosmic Tarot, Fireball. So if you need a little extra help, there is a vocab set on Quizlet for you. Okay, and maybe I'll post another link on Google Classroom to take you to Quizlet for those that don't know how to get there. So that could be something that is helpful. Yeah, and our Kellen's name is spelled a little bit differently. So our Kellen is Kellan. I listened to Sleeping with Sirens back in the day, like late high school, early college. So there's a couple good album releases in the last couple weeks. I'm trying to, because I know I like talking music with you sometimes. Lennon. There's one band that I haven't heard about before, but it came up recommended because you like other stuff, is called Hot Mulligan. It's a strange name, but the music seems pretty cool. Another one, um, they don't have a new album necessarily, but it came out like last year. No, that's probably another one of your ago Instagrammers or something, Kiki, is Tiny Moving Parts. And I think, Lennon, you'd like probably both those bands. Are similar in some ways, but the singing styles are kind of different. But yeah, Tiny Moving Parts is a good one. And Hot Mulligan is another band I think you'd probably like. But yeah, looks like we got a few more minutes. Why do I say stream? Or why does she say stream? Okay. All right. Yeah, so a couple more minutes left here. I don't know what the schedule is after me. Let me double check. And sorry if the clicking is super loud by the computer. So today's Wednesday, so it looks like Sensei went already. I believe so. Yeah, then looks like later today at 4, Miss Yingling's going to be doing something for all you guys. So that's from about 4 to 4:30. And then tomorrow is a pretty packed day. Tomorrow, 8th grade, or tomorrow is all science pretty much from 10 to 12. So, 10 to 1. It'd be nice if Mr. Andrews could actually read this stupid chart. So science goes from about 10 to noon tomorrow, 12:30ish. We'll see. And then I'll be back here at 1 o'clock if more 7th graders need help specific to them. I know today is Wednesday. Oh, geez, Raquel, we don't need to do that. But yeah, today is Wednesday, Kiki. I was just going over tomorrow's schedule. So tomorrow, science at 10 o'clock. Almost till I start streaming at about 1. And then I'll also be there on Friday from 1. And it looks like Friday, it's really just myself and Miss Yingling's activities, which she has activities all day, or every day from about 4 to 4:30. So I know. Okay, there's language arts. Language arts is on Tuesday. Tuesday also looks like a busy day. So we got enough stuff to keep you guys busy. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Nelson's put some stuff in the chat. They alternate science and yellow during that time. All right. Well, played Dark Souls. I think my buddy gave me a copy of Dark Souls a few years back, and I just never got around to it. I still need to play the newest Red Dead. I know that game came out, over a year ago, or probably almost 2 years ago now, it seems like. It's kind of hard to play a lot of stuff that you want that's like big story mode games when you got a bunch of little ones to worry about and watch. But time and place. Maybe I have some time during our quarantine here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that is going to be it for me. If you have, that game might scare them. If you have questions or comments or anything about the work, if something's not making sense, please, leave us a message on Hangouts. Okay, if that works for you. You can also leave a message or a comment on Google Classroom if that is a little bit easier for you, or you can also do email, I guess, if you need to get, let your parents know that you want to email myself. We can do that, and we'll help you the best way that we can. Like I said, I am busy during this time with, all my kids, so I will do the best that I can to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. What is your Hangouts thing? There is a link, or there was a post earlier in the stream that had the link to it, or you can ask your brother for it, maybe, Katana. But the Hangouts thing is for like all families and students and staff of Summit. That way, if somebody has a question, anybody and everybody can help out and can see it. So I can try to find it again. I think also either Miss Vaughn or Miss Yingling may have posted it as well in the chat earlier. So yeah, it's on there. So I'm gonna try to copy it. Okay. But yeah, like I said, if you got questions, comments, or anything else that's not making sense about the work, all right. So hopefully that works. Katana. Just please leave it on Hangouts. Hit up Google Classroom if you'd like to. Is this the part where all the silly YouTubers say, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe, all that weird stuff? Ha 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 ha. Yes. So, all right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for those that were active in the chat. And Katana, thank you for asking questions about the work. Again, that's kind of what we want to see here. That's what this is for. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.